Hey there YouTube, Potato Jam here with a battle against a guy called DarkRaven, who I found on Cerebi, and he was just looking for a bit of practice because he's got an upcoming real-life tournament over in America or something like that. So yeah, he leads off with a Blissey, and I've never seen a Blissey lead before, so I just switch out to my Puncher, who takes a Toxic, which isn't all that great. Then he withdraws Blissey and comes into Gyarados and gets off the Intimidate, and that's not great because, you know, now he's poisoned and he's got Intimidate down on him, so yeah. And then Gyarados just takes that. So right now Hitmonchan doesn't exactly look to be in a good position, so I switch out to Quarantine because I know Quarantine can take almost anything physical because it's such an awesome tank. And yeah, it only gets about half damage down on him, and then he Stone Edges, and I can only think he was hoping for a crit. So then I Will-O-Wisp, because I think it's Will-O-Wisp that makes your attack go down by a quarter or some shit like that. So then he Stone Edges again, and he gets Flinch Hacks, and I'm just sitting there going, shit, because this Quarantine's got Thunderbolt on it, and I'm just trying to Thunderbolt, and then he gets double flinched, and I'm just going, oh my god, seriously? So then he Waterfalls again, and I still live just, and then I finally get off the Thunderbolt, and I can just remember talking to him when I finally got off the Thunderbolt. He was all like, oh, no, your Weezing should be dead, and I'm like, mate, you got 2 flinches in a row, I've been trying to downwall Thunderbolt your ass for like 3 whole turns now, live with it. And then he comes out to his Electivire. He was obviously expecting me to Thunderbolt. So then I accidentally switch out to Honchkrow, and that was a mistake. And then I switch out to Puncher, because, you know, he's basically useless now, just as a bit of death fodder. And then he lives with 1 health, and I'm sitting there going, yes. Then I decide to match Punch instead of doing something else. And I really should have probably expected the switch into Blissey, because if I had a close combat at that, Blissey would have been dead by now. And that would have been pretty awesome, because I really dislike Blisseys. They're pretty newbie in my book. So then I switched out to Tangrowth, and this is basically a tank out, because it's the big fat ass Blissey versus the big fucking juggernaut Tangrowth. Now, who do you reckon you'd win out of a Blissey and a fucking juggernaut Tangrowth? Well, if you put your money on the Tangrowth, you're right, because Tangrowth absolutely whoops this big fat ass's ass. So yeah, I send it to sleep, and then I set up a Leech Seed, and I don't know why he doesn't switch, but he just decides he's not going to switch. So yeah, I've got Leech Seed going on, he's asleep, so he can't do jack shit. Then I just knock off his lefties, so he's not constantly getting that recovery, and he's still asleep and still getting his health sapped by Leech Seed. So then I'm just going to Power Whip spam him, because Power Whip's pretty friggin' awesome. And it gets it way down there. Then Blissey wakes up just in time to set up a safeguard before Leech Seed takes its life. So now it's got a safeguard up. I'm not happy, and I didn't actually realize what a safeguard did, and I make a mistake a bit later on in the battle. Yes, that's the mistake I make. I do a sleep powder because I didn't realize what it was that was going on, and I wasn't exactly concentrating because I was playing Legend of Zelda Minish Cap at the same time. So I don't know, I thought my attack just missed, so I just sleep powdered again. So I just wasted 2 whole turns. If I had known what a safeguard was, you know, this goes to show what an idiot I am sometimes. So then I finally decide to Power Whip, and I get it way down there in health. And then he decides he's going to withdraw and come out to his Heat Ram. And I knock off, which knocks off his Choice Scarf, and that's not good because, you know, now he's got the boost of a Choice Scarf, but he can do whatever the hell he wants. You know, that's not great. So that was a pretty good prediction on his part, if he did actually predict that, and it wasn't just a fluke. So then I come out into my Arcanine, and then switch back out to Honchkrow. And he Earth Powers, because, you know, that was just what I was after, him to do that. And then I Superpower on my Honchkrow, because this is my own Honchkrow set. I just took a Choice Band set, replaced the Choice Band with a Life Orb, and then, I don't know, I think I modified a couple of moves. All I know is it's damn handy, and it tricks a lot of people. So then he comes into his Starmie, and I'm all like, oh yeah, whatever, I'll just let it die, a bit of death fodder, let me switch in freely. So then I come into my Porygon Z, and this is the same Porygon Z that can use Dark Pulse as well. And I love this Porygon Z so much, I don't know why, it's just won me so many battles. So I Thunderbolt and absolutely rape it, and that's awesome. So then he brings in a Breloom, and I'm like, oh crap, Spore Punching Disaster. Here we go, I really don't like the Spore Puncher, even though I've used it heaps in the past. So I just Thunderbolt, hoping, you know, I'll just get off about as much damage as I possibly can. Sorry about me coughing, guys, I've got a bit of a sore throat. But yeah, then I just bring in my Arcanine, and he can't break the Sleep Claws because he's not quite a noob, but he gets off a Focus Punch, and Arcanine is dead because he's just been raped by a Breloom. That's not good. So then I come into Weezing, and Weezing's basically down a lot, and it turns out he's faster than me, so he's dead, and this is basically just a late game sweep by Breloom. So this is not looking good for me right now. So yeah, I get the download to raise my special attack. Then I'm just praying my Porygon Z will wake up and he gets off the Focus Punch. And yeah, it's like blowing up a bunny. You're definitely going to be dead. So yeah, it was a really good game, DarkRaven. I mean, I hope you got a good bit of practice. I found it really enjoyable. And yeah, you know, I'll see you guys around. And you know, the lesson for today is Porygon Z and a Focus Punch aren't a good combination.